let's look at the factors influencing reaction rates. There are quite a number of factors that influence the reaction rates, or rather that influence the rate at which chemical reactions occur. I want to list those factors down. Those factors include concentration. Number 2, temperature. Number 3, pressure. Number 4, surface area. Surface area. Then lastly, we have catalyst. Those are 5 factors that influence the rate of chemical reaction. I want to look at each one of them in details, and then I will explain how these factors influence the rate of chemical reactions, because they are very essential factors, especially when it comes to industrial production of very useful chemicals. For example, if we talk about the conduct process, the Haber process, solvate process, and many others. So those factors are normally used by those chemical plants to help them produce those chemicals that are required in the economy very fast and at a cheaper rate, so that they can make the product very available in the economy. Concentration. Concentration is simply the amount of a reactant per unit volume. So if we talk about the amount, you can refer to the particles that are present in the reactants. This is a beaker. This beaker contains reactants. I'm using those dots there to stand for the particles of the reactants that are there. I want to draw another beaker here. We have the particles in A are more than the particles in B. So in this case, we can say this reactant in A is more concentrated than the reactant in B. So B, we have less particles, and this is particles per unit volume. So that means A is more concentrated than B. We need now to understand the effect of concentration on a chemical reaction. The higher the concentration, the higher the rate of a chemical reaction. So that means an increase in concentration leads to an increase in the reaction rate. So this is what I'm saying. So when there are many particles per unit volume in the reactants, then the reaction rate will increase because of the high concentration. When we talk about high concentration leading to increased reaction rate, what are we referring? When the particles are many in the reactants, this means 2 things. Number 1, there are high chances of collision between those particles that are reacting. So that is why the rate of reaction will increase. The number 2, collision frequency increases. So when we talk about the collision frequency, this is the number of particles that will be colliding per unit time. So you can see when the particles are very close to each other, the distances in between them are very short, so they take a very short time to reach out and collide. So that is why we are saying in A, the reaction rate here will be higher because of the high concentration. So if you look at the particles in B, this is a different scenario. You can see the particles are further apart due to low concentration. So there is a longer distance in between 2 individual particles. So for them to interact, they will travel longer distances, which of course will take a longer time for them to collide. So in that case, the reaction in B will proceed at a slower rate. When the reactions proceed, they lead to two things. One, decrease in concentration of the reactants. And number two, increase in the concentration of the products. So this is what I'm saying. And I think this one beats logic, because the particles in the reactant side will waste themselves in forming particles in the product side. And so that is why we are saying, as the reaction progresses or proceeds, the concentration of the reactants decreases, because the particles in the reactant side will be diminishing for the sake of creating particles on the other side of the product. And I think that one is very clear. Now, I want to use a graph here to illustrate what I'm saying. This curve that stretches downwards represents the concentration decrease for reactants. That is now what we have. So the concentration decreases with time. We can also show the curve for the concentration of the reactants. So remember, at the start of the experiment, or at the start of the reaction, no product. So the concentration of the product is 0. So I'm going to start at the origin so that I can come up with the concentration curve for the product. Now, if you look at this curve, it is showing that as time progresses, that is, the concentration of the product is increasing. So let me tag this one. So that is now a graph that can explain what happens to the concentration of the reactants and also the concentration of the product. This point here, it is the point at which the two curves meet. So it means in the progression of the reaction, there will reach a point whereby the concentration of the reactants will be equals to the concentration of the product. And then thereafter, the concentration of the reactants will now continue to decrease downwards.